Hello everyone, welcome. Glad you can make it, Glory. And iMobs and Zinc and Ale on YouTube. So yes, I am live on both Twitch and YouTube for this. Which is kind of funny. If you've been watching any streams on Twitch, you will have seen lots of streams already of the interior, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe those were more exclusive to Discord streams, but I honestly forget. Hey, Turtle. So before I do get a close-up look at everything, which again, a lot of you might have already seen it and a lot of you might not have, but I just want to clarify to anyone who's rewatching this that this is not something I'm going to give away as a download, at least not right now. I don't know if I would in the future or not, but currently there is no download, and I'm sure people will be asking me that later, but we can always let them know that there is no download available right now for this. You're just here for the sync. Sync is here for the sync. Sync is here for the zinc. Yeah, I just never streamed the exterior part, which is sad that, well, the interior is the part that really wasn't able to focus on in the actual video. But I never streamed the outside part, so it's like, I don't know, it's a bit of both. Let me see. It is taking center stage, Moonlight Manor. It is the only... all of the clips in the Starting Soon and Be Right Back screen are just Moonlight Manor. I actually had a lot of clips I didn't get to use. There was so much stuff to show. Hence why we're doing a live stream. That I've been planning on doing this all along because there's just too much. All right. Should I keep delaying? Should I keep waiting, or should we just jump into it? Oh, I guess if you ever want to like see something up close, you know, just let me know. I think what I'm going to do is slowly just talk about every little aspect of different things that I didn't even get to talk about in the video. And of course I might repeat myself and say things I did say in the video. I wouldn't be able to stop myself if I did. But there's actually a lot of stuff I didn't talk about in the video too, or at least some things. So All right, let's switch over. Make sure this is switching over correctly. So, okay, there it is, off in the distance. This is how it looks from the ground, from very far away. Let me go closer. Yeah, so the first thing I wanted to point out is the fact that this gate is here at all, or the fact that there is a fence but no gate, and the fence doesn't continue. I think I kind of added that just like on a whim because I wanted some extra detail down here, but I didn't want to put a gate here because it would have been awkward with the staircase right there, and I didn't want to continue the fence because, again, I was lazy and I didn't want to deal with the weird angles, so I just did like a single fence on either side. The size of the area, you know, that's a good question. We could size it up right now. I don't normally measure the size, but I could tell you this. Here's a good comparison. Here's how big this build is, right? Here's how big my carousel is. Wait, where's my carousel? If you're familiar with my carousel build, that's the carousel size. That's this size. So it's actually about as big as an area as my carousel. Also, here's some other builds if you have seen them. Like this Autumn Dragon is a little bit bigger, maybe. So yeah, it's a fairly decent sized area, but the building itself isn't that big on the whole space. Look at these trees from the top. It's crazy. All right. Oh dear. Yeah, I hope the stream runs okay. I am streamed to 2 platforms right now, which I usually do, but yeah, sometimes restream can be funny. Also, this build is so big that sometimes it takes a while to load in. That's perfectly normal. It's just a lot of blocks that it's gotta focus on. Let me see how big this is, though. Or roughly. This is going to be a roughly 700 block, roughly 700 by 700 blocks in area. So that's cool. Oh, and did you notice the fireflies? I kind of put them in last minute, and they're kind of insignificant, but they're here. I put a few fireflies around, and they're kind of big fireflies, but yeah. I've got a little lantern for a light. They're scattered all throughout the forest. Yes, I know I can check the number of blocks, but there's really no need. It's millions and millions of blocks. Oh, you know something else I didn't talk about? We're gonna focus on the outside first. Something else I didn't talk about was this was also something new I tried doing, and that is adding shadows to the trees. So I tried adding shadows under each tree, and this took actually a long time to do. So all of this dark, see how this part's lighter and that part's darker? It's because it's being overlaid with black glass. So anything that's really dark is supposed to be like the tree casting a shadow, and I didn't pull it off super well, but I think it still looks better than having nothing because it just gives the whole forest a darker vibe in a way. Yeah. But that took me a while to figure out how to do that properly. I was trying to figure out how to shape a shadow to the shape of a tree and how to, I don't know. It was a whole process, and I don't even know if I did it correctly. And like, and I also kind of cheated. I didn't put the shadow on the rocks. I only put it on the ground because I was lazy. There's actually a lot of things about this build that don't make sense, and they're not supposed to make sense. And the more you look at it, the more you study it, the more errors and weird things you'll find, but I just left them because I just didn't care. I gave up, or I had just allowed myself to cheat at times. Let's see, what can I talk about next? I could talk about the fact that I had to add a couple extra steps in here because I realized, no, originally when I made these steps, it was before I was planning on doing an interior. So I had made them a lot bigger than the steps on the inside of the house. And then I kind of had to go back and make these ones a little bit shallower just to kind of match the scale, although the scale's messed up everywhere. I don't know. Scale doesn't make sense everywhere. You can get a close look at these lights. I really like these lights. I was going for like an acorn, like a type of pattern. I guess it looks better from a distance than up close. What else can I say about the outside? It's really a bunch of the same stuff. Do I have, oh yeah, there might be spots that just aren't loading like this. It's just not loading in here. Oh yes. Let's look at the house real quick. I actually have two versions of the full build. So I have this version, this was the original one, where the house, where the windows are filled in. And then I wanted to do the interior, and I wanted the interior to connect the windows to the outside. So I kept this version, and then I made a second version where the windows are all cut out and you can see on the inside. So this is the version that doesn't have an interior. If you go in here, it's still empty and got placeholder blocks and stuff. So this is how it looked without the interior in place. And I think it just looks better with the windows filled in from the outside. It also adds the glow in the windows. It's just a wolf. I mean, it could be a werewolf, I guess. By the way, if you hear me responding to something from YouTube or Twitch, it could be either one because I'm reading chats from both platforms. So if you hear me responding to something that you don't see, that would be why. And I haven't been saying hi to everybody, but there's a lot of you, so hello everybody. Yeah, if you have any questions specifically, I'm just gonna go around and talk about things. But let's talk about the outside first. Let's look at some details. I think I probably use debug stick for a lot of little stuff. Over here, I was experimenting with wither roses. And then on the light side, I used mushrooms as the counterpart. Let's see, you want to get a look at the eyes? The eyes are fun. Here's how the depth looks. This was my attempt at doing like a window pattern inside the eye. Originally I was thinking, oh, the center of the eye could be like a window. But then when you get far away, you honestly can't even see it. So, I mean, it kind of works, but it also wasn't absolutely necessary. And the reason that this is all connected to the back is simply so it's not floating blocks, because I wanted it out in the front. But it does look nice to have those extra layers. I've got glass layered on top of this, and not much else to say there. This one actually has a slightly lighter glass overlay on it because it actually, the eye is highlighted slightly lighter than this eye, because everything on this side is a little bit lighter. I'm trying to think of what the most, if I could pick the most challenging thing. Alright, I'd better try to keep up with chat too. Yeah, the most challenging thing was simply making everything blend well with each other and like all the walls line up. Do you see how curved these walls are here? It's because I had no choice. There's actually some stuff under here. Oh great, now it's going to decide to be laggy a bit, but some of these walls, like here, I couldn't destroy them because it's messing with stuff on the outside. So there are like really odd places like this where the walls are not very smooth or anything. I tried my best to smooth off inside this porch area, but it was so hard. Oh yes, and before I forget, since it just popped into my head, on this version with the windows filled in, I did do custom lights a little bit so that at night it glowed a little better. So, oh, I got night vision on. So you can see this side actually lights up because I have custom hidden lights throughout there. And I had to put lights inside there, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it very well. And I think I put lights around the eyes just to make them shine a little more. But I didn't put any of that on this side. I did put lights in the porch area that you can see, and I put lights around each window. And I don't really use the custom lighting very often, but I did for this one because I wanted to try it. Which floor pattern do you like, Zinc? Cheese Train is asking how long did this take? Approximately 150 hours total for the whole thing. But I feel like it took longer than that. That's just a good estimate. And when you add all the extra stuff on top of it, like just, I don't know, cleanup work. You know how you're going to Minecraft World, you're just trying to clean up all of the assets and stuff you have? That takes a lot of work. It's not technically work going toward the build itself, but there's just a lot of extra work involved too. Let me go back to day, because this is a bit hard to see. You know, one of my least favorite parts was this right here. This is gonna bother you when I point it out, but I hated how right here it bends, and then this arch right here, it doesn't connect to this corner. But that's because that just shows that I was not measuring anything. I was just tracing around what I had drawn out. It's gonna hurt a little bit. Okay, so the question, how do you handle illumination? Actually, this is the first build where I did custom lights. I haven't really done them on any other build. I need to practice using them more. Right here, this part's a bit of a mess because see, this is not a perfect angle, so I just kind of randomly place blocks until it looks good. You just kind of create the illusion of a perfect line, like right here. How do you connect this? Like, I could remove those blocks, but it's gonna be crooked no matter what you do. Such weird angles to work with. That's why a lot of these details need to be done by hand, because you can't copy flip anything. Like these weird angles like this. All of the windows, like all of a lot of these details were done by hand, mostly. These these windows here, they have, what do you call this shape? It's like not a cone and it's not a pyramid. Maybe it's closer to a pyramid. I don't know. I just kind of, they're not perfectly shaped though. See, it's not a perfect square. They're just random lines. This one's closer to a square, but as far as the roof shape here goes, it was just guesswork. I just kind of eyeballed it. I didn't measure anything. So those were also tricky to do. Everything was guesswork. What else do we got? I'm looking around to see what else I can talk about on the outside. If you have any questions about the outside before I look at the inside, whether it be about the trees or about the house, you'll notice there's a wolf head back here. What is this? That looks like a mistake. And this is very common for me to find mistakes in a build. after the fact. And I don't know why my game is lagging so much, but okay. I fixed it. There you go. You witnessed me fixing it. Where's the dirt hut? There's two dirt huts, and they're both inside, so we'll get to those in a little bit. There are currently no world downloads of this. I don't know when or if I will do one. I don't have downloads of any of my builds yet because I just lack the time to manage that. Oh yeah, the other thing, which you may or may not have noticed, but since it's got this lighter side, this darker side, but once it gets to the back, I went ahead and made the whole back face of the wall all dark. And I can't remember my reasoning for that. I think it just looked better. I don't know. It just looked better back here to have everything dark. And then it switches back to light right there. When making the tree leaves, how do you decide which blocks to use? Basically, purely on color. I'm going to be doing an in-depth tutorial on these trees. Well, not these ones specifically, but how to make giant trees in general. I guess with these ones specifically, I built each branch individually first, then pasted them on here, but obviously I'll have lighter blocks toward the end, darker blocks toward the center, and then I used the kelp and is this tinted glass? And tinted glass, that was more of an experiment mixing those two, but I used a darker block underneath because these trees are so large, it adds a shadow underneath and it helps separate the shapes better. Because without them, without those shadowy blocks underneath, it just looked like everything was blending together. So I decided to do that. Even though it looks a little bit funny up close, I think it looks better from a distance. Let's see, there's really not too much. Oh yeah, did you notice this? Did you notice the, what is that? That's not supposed to be, that is supposed to be this, I think. I don't know why it's being so laggy. It's not usually like this, ever. That doesn't look right. There's something wrong here. Oh, it's this one. This one's also wrong. There, I fixed it. I fixed two things already. But yes, this was modeled to kind of look like a wolf face. So it's got the eyes there and the nose there. It doesn't have ears, it's just the face. I was trying to make it look like a wolf, but it's supposed to be like a very stylized one. I would not attempt to build something like this in survival personally. I'm sure I did not use survival-friendly blocks. It's got a lot of skulk blocks for one. And what else does it have? It probably has netherite somewhere. Yeah, it's got netherite. A lot of netherite. I would not say this exact build is survival-friendly, but you could probably modify it to be. That being said, I still don't have a world download of it. And it looks a bit funny from the side. Here's how it looks from the side. It's got a very squished nose from the side, but I still wanted to keep it looking mostly like a building. And I think the entire house, yeah, I think the house is about 180 blocks tall, or that's what I said in the video. That's roughly what it is. Did I fix these? Oh yeah, I even had to go back here and like I keep finding things to fix. because there's so many little areas and things that you could forget about or just not notice when it's so big. There's a lot of things that are easy to miss. Oh yeah, these are these debugged? Yeah, these are debugged too. Or no, maybe not. Maybe not those, but this one definitely is, and maybe not that one either. Some things are debugged, so you wouldn't be able to do every little detail in survival. Like these, for example. These are debugged. All of these walls. But then, again, if you were doing it in survival, a small detail like that, you could probably get away with just leaving it. It wouldn't have to be perfect in that sense. Man, I wish I could give you a sneak peek of my next project, but I honestly don't know what it is. I have other projects lined up to do, but I don't know which one I'm working on next, because I'm going to be working on some tutorials first, because I've been neglecting those. I have a few tutorials lined up to do, and then I'll probably start my next build, whatever it is. I haven't started anything since this. Well, nothing that I can show. Most pleased. Is there a detail that I'm most pleased with? Obviously, it's the eyes. And it's funny too because I threw them together first thing, but they do look really nice. A lot of this is just making stuff up as you go. I don't really have a preconceived idea of how it's going to look all together. I just take one section at a time, work on it, and eventually it comes into something. I'm like, that's very interesting. And I actually stared at this for the longest time trying to decide if I even liked it. Because part of me would be like, I really like this, but then I would be like, but it's so weird. I don't know if I like it. But then I'm like, but I do like it, but I don't know if I do. And I had that constant back and forth in my head. Just because it's kind of off-putting to have a building staring at you, isn't it? Oh yeah, so those pine trees I made, I didn't use them because this was just the type of tree I was picturing to use for this build. I would have used them, I would have used the pine trees, but then I just had a burst of inspiration to try these ones like I originally planned, and so I did, and so I used them. I'll have to use the pine trees for a different build though. Maybe my next one can use the pine trees. I think I did do that. I think I have the bigger highlight coming from the same side. Although right here, they're kind of similar. They look mostly the same. But I thought for sure I tried to make the highlight coming from the same side. It's not very noticeable because there is a highlight on both sides of each eyeball. But this one does have a lighter glass on it. And this one's got a slightly darker glass on it. Oh, and fun fact, I had built the entire terrain, not the trees, just the terrain portion. I had done all of that before I ever decided that I was going to do an interior. So I actually finished the exterior probably back in December. I'm trying to remember when I finished it. I think I finished it in December or January, and then a couple months after that was when I decided I was going to do an interior. For no reason other than I just wanted to make this go longer, I guess, for some reason. Anyway, where's my version? So this is my version without the interior, and here's the version with the interior. Oh wait, you know what I should do first? Would you like, I got all of my assets over here. Here is where it looked. Here's how I have this still. So this is like the earliest version of it that I still have. I think for the shadow on the rocks, I actually used the shadow command from Archeon, I think. But yeah, it might have been that. I forget though. Wow, it's been so long since I've looked at this. But here you can see this the original layout. It's very rough. There's no refinement in like these walls. I was making up each wall as I was detailing it pretty much. This was a pain. This was just made with loft, but I purposefully wanted it to bend in like this and curve over. This was the first version of the completed one, but you'll notice something different. It has windows right here and here. And I had to remove those because the terrain that I built got in the way of them and they just weren't needed because there's too many rocks and stuff covering them. So I just got rid of them. But yeah, originally there were a couple windows down there. So that's an original version of it. And then this was I think this is the new version without the windows. And then this is the version with the full interior. And you'll see the difference here. This is actually a good comparison. You'll see the windows here are filled in and these windows are not. And you can peek inside. We could look at the interior here or we could go to the full one and look at them. And these are a bunch of assets over here. For not everything in the interior, but a lot of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did use the shadow tool to make this. See, this is super boring. I just used black terracotta as a giant shadow. I was lazy. I would have made it more detailed if I cared, but I literally was getting so sick of working on this at the end. Okay, let's go inside. You'll also notice that there is no front door on the outside because I wasn't planning on doing an inside at all. This originally was just how it was going to be, just a black area for the mouth. And then when I did add the interior, I thought that adding an actual door there would just mess up the outside too much, so I just left it like it is. However, on the inside, I did do a door. So there is a door on the inside, and you never ever get to see it in the video, but there it is. So inside, you've got the foyer. You've got the moon phase floor. Let's see, there's a bunch of statues and pixel art that everyone made. Here's the first dirt hut. Also, there's a lot of signs on here that are all messed up. Every time I copied stuff over... Aw, see, I'm breaking things. Every time I copy stuff over here, the signs got all messed up. So some of these actually have names. And I'm sorry if I can't read the names of your paintings because the signs were all good. Like, see, there's an invisible sign there. And I don't know, like, I can do that, but then the text is missing, sadly. I do have copies of the paintings with their names, and they're also on Builder's Refuge, but that's okay. I mean, I don't pressure myself to get more views. More views is always like in the back of a creator's head, but that's not what motivates me to build. I build because I actually enjoy it. I mean, and as far as making big grand builds, it's really, I like to push myself and try to make something better than what I've made in the past. Okay, these little statues here, I actually have a tutorial for how to do these. I just pulled this design from an old statue design of a fox that I did. So I actually do have a video tutorial for how to make these little guys. And I thought, well, it was originally supposed to be a fox, but I thought it looked close enough to a wolf, so I put it in here. So a throwback to one of my existing tutorials. Let's see. This is one of the paintings I did. Not very many of them I did, though. The dirt hut, which I just broke. Which room should we go in first? Let's go in here. Oh, these fox statues. Yeah, there is a tutorial for them if you look up. It's called... It's a tutorial that has the axolotl, fox, and griffin. That's the name of the video. And you can build those statues. They're really easy. So in here is a dining room. Actually, let's start in the kitchen because it's one of my least favorite rooms. I just realized that I broke the teapot. I was going in here and like adding stuff and apparently breaking stuff. So I don't remember what this looked like. I don't think that's right. Maybe it was like that. I honestly don't remember. Oh yeah, this is something too that might bother you the more you stare at things. The scale on the inside is not very consistent. So I've got these itty bitty cups here on the table, but then you go in here and then there's these giant cups. So just ignore the fact that some things don't make sense. They're all supposed to look good individually, and why is there floating grass here? That can go away. That probably got, when I pasted this onto the terrain, it probably... Oh, I wonder if there's grass in other spots I missed. That's funny. Fix the dirt hut? Oh, okay, I'll fix it. How do I fix it? It's on the outside. So I've got to place a door here. And I've got to get... Gotta get this tool. We'll just do that. There you go. Oh, wait. No, it's not fixed. We'll fix it. Now it's fixed. It's just reversed. I flipped the door. All right. I am going to reveal to you all of my secrets. This sink didn't exist until 2 days ago. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 days ago. After I uploaded the video, I realized I forgot to add a sink to the kitchen. I was like, oops. So then I went ahead and built it before I did the tour. You're welcome. I have fixed the kitchen for you. It now has a sink. You can actually wash your dishes now. And then it's got an old style icebox. So it's kind of a mix of old-fashioned tech and then modern tech. It's just a mishmash of different things. So this is an old-fashioned icebox instead of as a refrigerator. But we've got a modern oven, or you know, and with invisible stuff. Why did all of this stuff become invisible? Seriously. It did not like me copying all of these entities and stuff. So there's probably a lot of invisible blocks in here. All right, moving on to the dining room. This is my favorite part of the dining room is the bowl of fruit and these candles. They just look so good. If you want to make a giant candle, just stack lecterns and a wall and a lectern and walls, and it looks so nice. The other big secret is that there are 2 fireplaces in this mansion, but there are no chimneys. And then another secret is there's no window behind this curtain. It's a fake window. And another thing you'll notice is that I messed up again. Wow, I'm finding so many mistakes. This just shows you what happens when there's a lot to keep track of. And I'll bet, I wonder if a lot of this stuff probably shows in the video too. I wouldn't be surprised, a lot of these mistakes. But it is what it is. So this looks like it's part of the terrain on the outside, and when I pasted it in, it just didn't, it kept part of it. That's annoying. There, it's fixed. Beautiful. I don't want that on my head. Okay, that's an interesting question. If it's easier to build large scale or player scale. Considering well, I guess I do a bit of both. I mean, obviously player scale is easier in the fact that it is smaller, but I find it more enjoyable to build larger scale builds because you can include more details and experiment with different things. This chandelier, I believe, also has a lot of debugging in it, and this is probably the fanciest ceiling in all of the rooms. I don't think any other room has a fancy ceiling. They're all pretty plain, except for out here. That is a pretty fancy ceiling, but that's the only other one. We have a dragon egg over here, some orchids, and random plants and stuff. A cuckoo clock with a wolf's face, which is kind of not very obvious, but it is a wolf's face. Alright, let's go over... There's nothing special about this clock. Nothing really special about in there, but then let's go in here. This is probably one of the most detailed rooms. Just because of all of these bookshelves everywhere. We've got a netherite beacon on the shelf. I build only for videos. I build for fun and to make content because making videos is fun for me. And here we've got more invisible blocks. There are a lot of these apparently. And here we've got more invisible blocks because, you know, this is becoming more and more depressing the more I find these invisible things. Here we have a globe. It actually kind of looks like a globe, surprisingly. Oh, here's a fun Easter egg. Can you tell what this is? I need to take a drink of water. I'll bet nobody who saw me build this before made the connection that this was actually a model of the outside of the house. I can look at stuff and remember things as I see them. So this was supposed to represent the outside of the house, but in a much smaller scale, as if they had a model of it sitting on the desk. No one else made that connection when I was building it because they hadn't seen it, but that's what it's supposed to represent. And then you've got paper and a candle and a desk. I don't know, these bookshelves all look the same. They're just a mishmash of a bunch of blocks. And then got this little wolf statue up here, which is kind of difficult to make at that angle, but you know, I did the best I could. And then these are some amazing paintings by some other builders. I forget who did what, so if you're watching and you want to claim a painting that you did or say, hey, that's my painting, you can, because I don't remember who made what. Over here we have... Wait a minute, is this all it was? This is a spider's web, and I didn't know how to make a spider, so I literally just put a wither rose there. And I was going to do more spider webs in the attic and stuff, and then I got lazy and didn't do it. And then here is the second dirt hut in the house. So the first one was in the painting, and here's the second one. You can see both of them in the video. And then I don't know what this is. It could be a feather duster, or it could be a magic wand. I don't know what it is, but it looked really pretty, so I put it there. And here we've got some more invisible stuff. Is it just that? Oh no, and here. I don't know why these don't like to show. It's really sad. Oh, I should turn off my night vision for in here. So another fun thing, I gotta show you this. What is it? Secret blocks. So when placing light sources, this is what it looks like. This is all the light sources that I placed. No, they were really easy to place. But this is what it looks like with the custom light. All I did to do that was to make it brighter for shaders and stuff was just filled the whole room with like a light source like this. So light level 11 or something, and then like number 100 I would do something like that in each room, and that would just fill the whole room with light. Just to make it light enough for the shaders to see everything. But over here, you'll notice it's slightly brighter under the lamp because there are some lights here. These ones are 15 in strength and these are all 11. So I tried to play with custom lighting, but I didn't do a ton of it. There's some of it, you can tell it's a little brighter around there. A little brighter around the lamps. And then, is this the only wall that's animated with the skulk? It's kind of scary when you stare at it for too long because the walls glow. Anyway, this is the study. I love this room. Probably one of the best rooms in the house. And let's see, we've got... Oh yeah, I have to talk about this painting because I didn't get to show it in the video at all. But this is actually my own personal Easter egg. No one else would get this reference except for me, but I like to do that with my builds. So this is actually a scaled down version of a painting that I did on the carousel. So I took one of my carousel paintings, which was a wolf howling up at the moon, and I just scaled it down and made it fit inside this house somewhere. And I didn't show it in the video, but I mean, I'm the only one who would really get that reference. I like to reference my past builds a lot in my newer stuff. Yeah, I might as well just show it real quick. So here is the original one. Let's turn this on. And, oh, click the wrong thing. This was the original painting right here. And I just decided to make a callback to that of my own by adding it in here. Oh, right there. I really like this painting. I forget who did this one. This is another wolf howling at the moon. I'll bet it makes a lot of sense now to everyone who helped me why I said paint a lot of wolves. Because I said I want a lot of wolf paintings. So there's one. There's one. Oh yeah, and then these little wolf statues. These guys are cute too. I'm going to do a tutorial for these ones. And then for another one that's in the art room. Sorry, I have to load everything in again. Nope, so I do not want to do that. Let's get rid of the light block. It does get annoying after a while when that happens. Let's go inside the mermaid room. I call this in the mermaid room because these look like little scales, the pattern on the wall. But it's actually the sun room. And see how weird these rooms are? They got these weird angles in them. I mean, there's not much I could do about that. It's a weird layout. I do like the light in this room. This light fixture was fun. I was going to put more pictures on the walls, but then again, I did get lazy. Do we have any of these with intact names? Nope, none of the names got copied over. That's sad. I don't know what mods I have for keeping chunks loaded. I have Invidium, and I have Bobby. Those are pretty much the two main mods I can think of that are related to chunk loading. Oh, I love this lamp design. It's so simple, but so nice. Using rooted dirt as a, what is that? Tassels? Is that what you call it? Fringe. As a fringe around a side. And then I did a few potted plants. I would have added more, but I was getting very lazy. Okay, so that's the mermaid room. Let's go into the music room. It's so empty, but it's so beautiful. I've got some giant paintings on the walls. Forget who did this one, but it's some person performing on a stage, so I thought it had to go in here. So I didn't paint these three, but I did make this one of a cello because I love cellos, so I just had to put that painting there. And that's also why there's a cello in here. So it's even got a bow. And then the piano has a lot of details inside. I do have to be careful with this. If I touch one of these rails, all of them are gonna pop, maybe. Or at least they were when I was building it. I don't think they will on this server, but they were on the other server. And yeah, I was super proud of this piano. I had never really attempted to build one like this at this scale, and it actually looks pretty nice. The black keys are too big, but snow makes a great block for the white keys. And then there's this lamp. And yeah, there really isn't that much in here. See how messy this is? Actually, let's look inside and see how messy this is and why. Oh, it's probably because I used loft to connect that. And it was a bit messy because it had to go up here and then down again, but then also connect. So yeah, there's just a lot of weird stuff like that. And I didn't try to clean it up the best I could. There are a few like little gaps in some places like that behind the walls. I could see how many of each block there is if I just run a command, but it's going to be a lot. All right, I should move on. Let's look inside the library. Also, one of the more detailed rooms. I really like this room. And it did take a long time to make all these bookshelves because a lot of them had to be done by hand. This was my way of masking this awkward corner. There were a lot of these awkward corners, so I just masked it with a bookshelf. I should have done that in more places, but I didn't. I did do this painting of a crow or a raven. I guess it's more of a raven. And then actually this clock I used twice. It was also in the dining room. There are some assets I reused, like these stacks of books. I would kind of paste those around. Then there's another desk in here, a writing desk. And other lamps. Yeah, there's not too much in here. Oh yeah, the signs are not, the signs aren't on here, but let me see if I can find a version where the signs are working really quick, because it would be so much fun to show you the signs. I want to show all the signs, they got erased. That's so sad. I had all of these named, so this is like an encyclopedia of all the different ore blocks. So it's like the iron, copper, gold, lapis, emerald, and diamond, and they were all different volumes, and that was a whole collection of books that I made, and the signs got all messed up, sadly. We also have a TNT book. I should go back to the other one. I keep jumping back and forth, but now I know the signs are broken everywhere, which is sad. Yeah, I got one TNT book. Don't put redstone next to that or it's gonna blow up the bookshelf. What else? Any other special books? I don't think so. There's a book about archery. There's a book about books. There's a book about a wither kind of thing. I don't know. I just pick random blocks and then make books out of them. I'm pretty sure this one had a name. And I think someone's gonna have to remind me. This is made out of bedrock, as you can see, but I think the book title was called Beyond the Bedrock. I don't remember if that was right, but let's put it in. That sounds like a good title. I think that was the title of this book. I wish all of these signs didn't get messed up because there were so many cool ones. I really like this rug, this carpet design, it's nice. And yeah, there's really not much to not much else to say in this room. It's pretty simple, but I like it. I like all the books everywhere. But it's funny that that's the library when I feel like this one has even more books in it. But yeah, it's a good filler. And then over here is the art room. This was the room I didn't know what to do with, so I just randomly decided to fill it with art. And hence we have the sculptor who sculpts these giant stone wolves. So here's a smaller one that they just sculpted. I'm going to do a tutorial for how to build this and these wolves here. These are other wolves that they sculpted. So I'm already planning on making a tutorial that features these statues because I think it would be nice. They're really cute statues. And then this is just random. I don't know if that's paper or cloth. Could be either one. Random chair, an easel with a painting. And I love this little detail of the paint can tipping over and the paint dripping down. I like little details like that. And then of course you can't bypass the what was it again? It's either Baker's Refuge. Yeah, Baker's Refuge, or how else would you combine that? Builder's Refuge and the bakery logos. I thought it would be appropriate to put that in the art room considering we're all artists in those communities. Alright. Oh yeah, and these go out to the porch, by the way. These doors. So they actually do connect with the inside, or they would if they were working doors. Then you've got these windows. I think that's it for downstairs. There's really not much down here, and there's even less up here. The rooms are so big. But I tried as much to fill all of these walls with paintings as much as I could. But then toward the end, I got to the point where I was just using what I had and leaving some blank spots on the walls. Originally, I wanted every inch filled, but then it wasn't. I just kind of got tired of making paintings, and I think everyone else did too. Control middle click to copy. I mean, okay, control middle click? I'm not sure. Who was it that made my face as a painting? I can't remember whose this was. But yes, I am on the wall as well. Let's go in here because this is not loaded in. My goodness. Load in. So the sad part about this bathroom is that it's actually bigger than the kitchen. Oops. But the reason it's so big is because I had all this space in between the staircases. And I didn't really feel like splitting it up into two separate rooms, so I just made it one big bathroom. I guess I could have split it down the middle and made two little rooms, but I didn't. I don't know what those rooms would have been. I feel like if I split it down the middle, then the rooms would have been too small. So, I don't know. I feel like the bathroom is the other room that's very out of scale from the rest of the house. I think everything in here is slightly bigger than it should be. And got an old-fashioned toilet. Pretty modern, everything else though. It's like a weird blend of old-fashioned and not. Oh yeah, I had several beach scenes that were painted, so I put all of the beach scenes in here. Oh yeah, let's look at this floor. What is this? Reinforced deep slate? Is that even an obtainable block in survival? I don't even know how you would get that. I don't think you can get that in survival, can you? That is true. That's just more evidence that this is not survival friendly. Alright, and then over here we've got one bedroom, which I probably could have put more stuff in here, but I didn't. You'll notice, okay, there is something about the bedrooms. So here's the other one. They're very similar and they have similar things, but this one is darker and this one is lighter because they're associated with the light side of the house and the dark side of the house. And also a fun little detail is the back, what do you call this? What is that called? The headboard. This headboard has a half moon, see? And then this headboard has a full moon. No one would get that except for me telling you. I like to include like little details like that. Actually, you know, that would be fun to go around and just count how many references to the moon there are and how many references to wolves there are. Because I tried to make a lot of little references to those two things. I don't think there's any references in the bathroom, though. Oh, and then actually the attic was not originally going to be done at all. Originally, I had this wall completely closed off. But then, as I was getting closer to finishing, I decided, well, I have all of that extra space at the top and those windows that don't have anything connecting to them. I might as well add an attic too. So yeah, this was also kind of a last minute decision to add this. Here's how it looks all connected. This is what it looks from behind. See all this extra space? These are the few windows that I didn't have a room connected to, so those ones over there. And these ones here. But here's the staircase that goes up to the attic. It barely fits behind, what is this? This part here. It barely fits. But I got it to fit. It took me a little bit. Anyway, you go up these stairs. And then you enter the attic that's all dusty. I know some people were pointing out they saw the dust in the video and they thought it was a fun detail. I agree. I like that I thought of dust in the attic. And then there's just a bunch of random boxes and covered furniture and books. And I would have done more with this, but I was lazy. And I threw this room together last minute type of thing. Is there anything that you would like to see up close again? I think I've covered everything. I think I've looked through most things, although it would be fun to count how many references to the moon there are. There's the 2 in the bedrooms, 3. Are there any on these walls? 4. 5. I don't know if that's one. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That counts, right? That can count as multiple. I don't think there's anything in here. Or in here. Or in here. Or in here. Yeah, most of these don't have a reference. Oh wait, right there. 18. It's like playing a game of I Spy. Don't think there's any in here. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to represent a moon, this whole clock face, but it's not very obvious, so I'm not going to count it. This kind of looks like a moon, so I'm going to count it. I think that's 19. I honestly forget where the count was. The statues out in front of the staircase up to the house. Oh, yes. So these statues in here are, I made these for this room originally, and then I copied this one and scaled it up for the outside statues. So it's literally this pose, but scaled up. Like, we can go out there and look at them. Yeah, I wasn't sure what color to make these because the black blends in a lot with the background. But I thought it looked better to have it black because then it doesn't, then it does look better because it doesn't stand out then. Because if it's anything lighter than that, it almost stands out too much. But yeah, these walls look nice too. They're just a scaled up version of that little one. Oh, nice, Bill. Are you talking about that one in the foyer? This one here? Oh yeah, so for some of your paintings, like this one, I know this one in particular, there were just a couple of them where I had to replace some of the light source blocks to be a non-light source blocks just so it didn't look weird with the shaders on. Because some of them with the shaders, I would turn shaders on and then all the paintings would be glowing in random places. So I did alter some paintings slightly in that way, but it was only a couple of them I had to do it. Not that one. Which one? I forget which one you did. Oh yeah, this one? With the that little candle represents a wolf, I think? I don't think that was yours either. Which one was yours? Oh, I forgot this moon. Is that 20? I think that's 20. I think I forgot that one. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is the Aurora Borealis, and that's the wolf. So we actually have two paintings where you've got little candles representing a wolf. It looks like a wolf is sitting way down there. So cute. Oh, would you like to see my original lamp idea for this room? This was actually my second design. I had designed something else entirely originally, and it was just me playing around with designs, and it was ended up looking too big and I didn't like it, so then I got rid of it and built this one instead. But where is that? I can go find it. I've got it somewhere. Got it right here. So this, whoa. Here was another lamp design I didn't use. I think this is the only asset I have that I didn't use. Or, I mean, like, lamp type of asset. I still like the design, but it was kind of too big for that center space. It's still pretty. Over here is a bunch of floor patterns. Actually, this is every single wall and floor pattern that I used in the house. That was a pattern. So some of them were smaller, where I just take that and, like, paste it across the whole wall. And same for the floor patterns, they're all pretty small, but you just select it, copy it, and then I can show you how it works if you don't know. So this one, for example, you would make a pattern, copy it, select whatever you want it to replace, then you could either set or replace with the clipboard, and it would automatically make the pattern for you, like that. And if you wanted to adjust it, it's easy just to go back to your original one and adjust. So all of those were like the original patterns for a lot of the walls and stuff, and then these were for the floors. Really simple to do. And then there's a bunch of random furniture here, and a lot of rugs that I was experimenting with that didn't. Some of these I used and some of them I didn't. Anyway, let me go back. Oh yeah, there's paintings over here. There's also some paintings that I didn't use, but I did use most of them. Is there any other questions or any other things you'd like to see? This is actually going faster than I thought it would. Only an hour into it. And I think I've covered almost everything. I'll bet there's still that mistake on this one. Yep. If there's a mistake on one version, there's going to be mistakes on the others. So messy. Surprisingly, we didn't see any grass or rocks leaking anywhere except here. And possibly here. Oh, yeah, behind the kitchen cabinets there's some. We don't need to worry about that though. Yeah, so the interior took me, I didn't keep track exactly of how long, but probably over 50 hours of interior work. Oh yes, I still have the tree I didn't use. And like I said, I'm working on a tree tutorial for how to do these types of trees. So here are all the tree assets. I can load everything in, it's a lot. Here was the original tree, the ugly thing. I know you might look at this and say, oh, but that's pretty good, but I looked at it and I thought it was ugly. Or at least it wasn't, I knew I could do a better job. And look, see, I can do a better job. I just gotta figure out how to do a better job, and then I can do it. And then here's the pine trees over here. If they would load. My goodness, it's not loading. But this is just how it is trying to load this many blocks. I'll have to use these for another build. It's nice that I have them, then I can use them for another build. It's funny because I don't typically reuse assets, but that's mainly because I don't have a good collection of assets to reuse. Or not every build is the same scale, so I don't always have assets that would fit with whatever new build I'm making. But I'm gonna have to find an excuse to use these now. Ah, your detective painting. Is that the one in the study, I think? Maybe? Yeah, if I did not look at a painting up close, I can go back and look at it. Or we can even go look at all of the paintings that didn't make it in, because there were several that I didn't put in. Some of you all were trying to make these massive paintings that I didn't have room for, and I kept trying to tell you, I don't have a wall that big for that painting. Or you kept trying to add depth to it. I'm like, I can't put that anywhere. There are a few spaces where there was like extra space behind a wall to add depth to a painting, but there weren't very many of those spaces. So anytime I did have a painting that had depth, I had to very strategically place it so that it could fit that way. These were old trees from another build. If you haven't seen my Autumn Dragon build, that's where these trees are from. And these took a lot longer to make than those because I keep learning new and better processes for how to do things. But yeah, if you haven't seen my Autumn Dragon or any of my dragon builds from the past year, those were my projects before the one we're looking at. So yeah, I highly recommend looking at those videos. Like this guy here. He took me a long time to make, but he's so good. He's so menacing but cute at the same time. Anyway, let's go back to Moonlight Manor. I tried adding a few cracks and stuff on this stone. A few random cracks. Oh yeah, if you want to know how I did the cracks in the staircase, for example, I actually did that on the terrain and in the staircase. I think it was just the Archeon crack pattern. So if you make a selection, maybe something bigger than that where you can actually see it. You know what, let's do it over here where you can actually see it and I won't be messing up with anything. I can do, what is it? I probably use replace a block with something, but let's just replace the black terracotta there with... Was it replace? Or was it... Or do you have to set? Well, we'll just do this. So it's this noise pattern here, this crack pattern, which is from Archeon. I think I'm doing this incorrectly. Okay, there we go. So it makes that kind of pattern, and you can change the scale of it. I haven't done a tutorial on all of these patterns yet, but I will one day. I just got too many videos to do. Oh, if I make it a little bit bigger, there. Makes like random cracks in the thing. Is it the same one each time? No, it changes each time. So that's what I used to do these cracks in the stairs. I can just do that and then replace it with air, and then it will, you know, dig it into the stairs or the stone. Another series like seasonal dragons. I mean, honestly, right now I'm kind of stuck on this concept, and I already have other builds, other concepts like this one, this Moonlight Manor, that I want to do. So this is kind of gonna become its own little series, but not so little because these take a lot longer to make. Although I feel like I set a very bad precedent with this one because I went all out and did the interior and everything, and I don't know if I'm going to go in this much detail in all of them in the future. I tried it out with this one, but I don't know if I'd be willing to do that with all of them. If I did more builds like this, that is. Probably at the very least, I could make a finished looking interior without actually doing the furniture, because the furniture is really what takes the longest and was the most frustrating to do. Walls and floors are pretty easy, but yeah, filling it in with furniture and details takes a lot longer to do. Oh, this room. This is the room with the detective. Wait, is that another moon that I missed? I honestly don't even know. I'll lose track of all the moons in this. I haven't even counted the wolves. I haven't bothered to count the wolves. We could try counting the wolves. I use Axiom only for like this type of thing, like for the fly speed, infinite reach, like some of these things. I don't really use the editor very much. I haven't used it except for smoothing and rotating sometimes. But aside from that, I hardly use it because I find it difficult to use, at least for me. It's an adjustment for me. I'm not used to it, so I just use what I know how to use. And if you're like me and you already know how to do things without Axiom, it's just faster for me to do it the way I already know how to do it. All right, let me count how many wolves. So you got 1, 2, 3. Those count. What? No, why is this? I thought I fixed that. I thought for sure I fixed that. Anyway, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing the statues first. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're already at 13. I haven't even done the paintings yet. 13. Okay, I know there's some on the clocks. 14. Where's that other one? Oh, I forgot about that moon. See, there's more moons. Oh, I lost track of... That was 14, right? That's 14. 15. Are there any more wolves in this room? No. Any more wolves in this room? No. I forgot about that moon. Any wolves in this room? No. How about this room? No. Okay, but there's a lot out here. Are we at 15? 13, 14, or 14? 14, no, 14, 15. We are at 15. 16. 17. Little bitty wolf there, 18. 19. Is this a wolf or a... I think this is a wolf. I keep losing count. 19, 20? 21? You imagine there's a wolf inside the dirt hut? That doesn't count. 21. I'm going to keep losing count. 21, 22, 23, because I know there's a little wolf on that. 23, 24, 25, 26. I can't tell what that is. Is that a wolf? I can't tell. 27. If I miscount, please let me know because I'm losing track. 27. There's none in here. Sad. Did I get that one? I think so. 28. 29. Can't tell if there's a wolf in there or not. None in there. I know there's none in here. Did I say 29 last? Oh, check inside the fridge. You're right. There's probably nothing in there, but maybe there is. Was I at 29? Is that it? Just 29? That's actually not as many as I thought, because I know there's nothing up here. I could have easily put a lot more Easter eggs in this. I just got tired of working on it. $29 isn't bad, though. Alright, I gotta fix this. I know for sure I fixed this. Maybe I fixed it on the other one. Let me check. Aha! It is fixed on this one. Where was the mistake now? I forget. Was it on this part? I don't remember. Did that even copy? Copy. I hope that's where the mistake was. Let's go back here. Aha. And then I can paste. Oh, but see, it pasted some extra lights too, but that's okay. Oh no, see, it pasted like way more than it was supposed to. So I just need to copy right above here. Just this little strip right there. Wait, this whole thing got messed up. So hard. This doesn't work out really well. I don't know. I've lost track of the wolves. I think it was 29, but I'm gonna try to fix this. Copy. There. Makes me happy. Although I'm probably gonna move these builds again eventually. But yeah, you know what we could do? Since the signs aren't working on the inside, we could look at... we could go to Builder's Refuge and look at them on there because I know the signs aren't messed up on there. Or they might not be messed up in another spot. I was halfway debating if I should put the name of the manor on a sign out here, but I didn't know how to do it at this scale where it would be readable. You'd almost have to use banners, but then they wouldn't show up from a distance, so I just did nothing. But I was at one point debating if I should add the name of the manor there, and like didn't even have like an open gate like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I think I covered everything. That's all there is to see about Moonlight Manor. Let's go see... Let's go look at the paintings and see what did or did not make it in. Here's all the paintings. I hope that the signs are intact. If not, I still have the copy on Builder's Refuge. Okay, these signs seem to be more intact. So some of these do have names. Sunset by Call Me Turtle. And some of them don't have names. Sunflower in a Pot by Call Me Turtle. If it has a check mark on it, that means I did put it in. Oh, these ones I think should have check marks too. I did those ones. Some of them I did last minute to add them in. Did I add that painting? I made this one, but I don't know if I put it in the building. I wonder why I didn't, or maybe I did. I don't remember seeing it in there. Huh. I don't know. No name. Some of these have great names. Ominous. Wait. Ominous Potato. That is the potato painting. I didn't realize it was called Ominous Potato. Village. I didn't use the village one. Moonglow. The Durber. A Stroll in the Woods. See, this is the kind of thing I wish the signs stayed when I was copying stuff, but they always get messed up when I copy. This one's just called 10 out of 10 for the Dirt Hut. Desert Landscape. What is this one? This one I didn't put in. It looks like some kind of dark slime. This was an Instagram logo. Splash. Modern art. Yeah, there's lots of modern art. Moon Mountains. Werewolves aren't safe. Glittering flows of the river. I don't know if this one was completed or not, but it didn't have a name, so I didn't use it. Plus, it didn't look like it was completed. But I love how this little wolf is laying there. That looks really cute. We've got Robo Dog. It's like a robot dog. And Piano Man. Shining Moonlight. I really like that painting, like the colors in it. Yeah, and again, something like this looked like it wasn't really finished, so I didn't use it. Let's see, what else? Who made this one? I don't know who did this one either, but it looked like it was incomplete and not labeled. Howling Wolf. The Pianist. Yeah, some of these are so big that I just don't have room for all of them. Builder's Block. Turtles Running to the Sea. That's a very creative title for that. You can see the little turtles going out to sea. Red Curtains. Singer Oswald. He tried. Poor Oswald. He tried his best. And then we've got more back here. Caterpillar. I think these ones are just one word names. Burb. Ambers? Is it supposed to be embers? But it says ambers. Did I use all of these or did I? Oh, I think these were ones that I made. That's what those were. And then I made the cello one as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one. A pain to build, please don't touch. Swampy trees. Yeah, if you touch that, it would like all fall apart. It's pretty fragile. Red to pink. Did I not use all these? Oh yeah, like I didn't use the duck in the rain, even though it's super cute. Duck in the rain. I didn't use this equation. Here's all the different revisions of the Builder's Refuge bakery thing. And let's see, there's a giant painting. I think this one was a deer. Yeah, a deer eye. But I used the wolf eye. See, you guys did a lot of cute paintings. I just didn't know where to put them all. And these are really cute, but I don't know. I didn't know where to put them. MC Collection Family History Portraits. You know, that would have been funny if you put all of these on a wall and called it your family history. And then you have your bee, your axolotl, your creeper, your villager. That could be grandpa. And, you know, have them all labeled that way. Oh wait, is there a story going on here? Steve thinks he owns the place, man of the house, right? Meg thinks Steve eats too much cake and can't hunt. How have I never read these before? What? Who is this? Edward, investor and friend of Meg and Steve. Hazaran, I never read these signs before, but this is hilarious. Didn't make it to Christmas. Creeper nearly got Steve killed in 1927. Prosthetic legs were poorly developed. Aw, poor Creeper. Piggy the pet and a better conversationalist than Steve. That's pretty sad. Man, poor Steve. Be the best he just wants to be. Wait, be the bee he just wants to be. Okay. Axolotl, ultra wide. That's a lot of blocks. That's axolotl blocks. All right. I guess that kind of works. It's a bit of a stretch, but it works. Oh, this is for the sheep. Oh, I don't see the foxes. I don't see a sign for the fox. Chicken, Steve's trophy hunt, but Meg's way to describe Steve. So apparently I call Steve a chicken, but the chickens are Steve's trophies. This is very interesting. Why doesn't the fox have a label? Or maybe he does. I don't see one here though. That's funny. I can't believe I didn't read those signs before. And then over here we have owl. And then a bunch of other little ones. The mushroom even has a story. Hazuren really went all out with his stories. The mushroom fought for its territory and ate its neighbor, not knowing it was a magic mushroom. Checkerboard. Misty Rain Dogs 1905. Yeah, so I was trying to pick paintings that were, in general, a darker aesthetic because it just fits the interior better. Unless, of course, it was something like a wolf painting or something themed to the build itself. I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty much all of them. There weren't as many diagonal paintings. There's probably, I don't know how much of this I actually used. I used most of it. And some of it I would reuse. Okay, I didn't actually plan on what to do after I finished touring this build, so I guess if you have any questions about anything, now's the time to ask them. I'm kind of debating if I should go work on something, like just to fill in time, or if you want to see everything again a second time, I could fly through things again. Oh, you know what would be fun to do? Since a lot of you think you want to build this in survival, here's how it would look walking around this in survival, if you did build it. Now, I'm not in the actual one with terrain. Let me go there. You'd probably have to find... Oh dear, I fell in a hole. See, that's also a risk. There's some deep crevices in here. This is not the most practical staircase to go up, for one. That's true. Elytras do exist, but like when you're inside. Would you rather unlimited bacon but no games, or games? No games or games? Unlimited games but no games? I don't get it. I don't understand the question. You would feel like a little mouse. If you built this in survival, you can fit under the table legs of the dining table. You can fit under the chairs. You could hide behind the fireplace, which is not supposed to have these blocks, but it does. But you know, it's not supposed to. You would not be able to climb the stairs unless you had some kind of ladder connecting them, because they're all 2 blocks tall. This does feel really different when you're walking around like this. But yeah, I guess normally you would be using an elytra through it, wouldn't you? Oh, this is a fun detail, using the top half of doors to get that little gold knob on the corners. That's another thing you can't do in survival. You also can't do this in survival. Stacking the dripstone like this and making this cool pillar. So, I don't know, there's a lot of these details you'd have to adjust or change if you did want to do it in survival. I mean, if you did just the house, you could probably do it without digging down to bedrock, but yeah, you'd still have to dig down to build something this big. Oops, I fell down. I shouldn't have done that. I was gonna do more of these canvases in here, just laying against the walls, and then I didn't do it. I just did a couple. And then I don't know what the purpose of these is. They're just kind of here, these random plants. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can mention that would be interesting. Oh, did you notice that these doors, one is light and one is dark, to match the doors on the outside? Got the dark door and the light door. Oh, I actually do play a lot of survival. I mean, it's the tricky thing is that when I'm doing a creative project, it's much harder to split my time to doing both survival and creative. But I do have a couple of survival servers that I play on, one of them being my Patreon server, and then one of them being another SMP that I haven't had a chance to play on in a long time, just because I've been so focused on creative. It's really hard to just balance both creative and survival, but I do play both. I like creative more because I can do bigger and better things with it, but survival is more just for relaxing gameplay for me. If there's anything I wish I had done differently about this build, or at least the interior, I wish I had made the kitchen bigger. The thing is, I didn't really know where to put it. There wasn't much space in here. I could have added an extra room over here. I could have turned one of these, like turned this whole thing into a kitchen perhaps, but... Or just made the dining room a little less long, but... I don't know. I really wish I had a bigger, more detailed kitchen. This feels really squished to me. And I wish I didn't have as big of a bathroom. Oh yeah, and this is supposed to be a mirror. I don't know if it looks like one, but that's what I was going for. And it is a fun detail that I put doors on the upstairs, on these upstairs doorways. I have actual doors that are open, but on the downstairs ones, there are no doors because they're just open doorways. No, most of the paintings people helped me build on the Builders Refuge server. I just made a plot and invited people to come help me. I mean, you can always go to Builders Refuge and look at them if you wanted to, but the actual build itself is not available anywhere to look at. That is why I'm doing this live stream, so you all can get a good detailed look at it. And there's that ceiling. I feel like there was more I was wanting to do with this area. Sometimes I would picture things in my mind of a room being filled to the brim with furniture and plants. It seems nice in your mind, but once you start building stuff, it gets very exhausting really quickly. So just even adding like little plants and, I don't know, chairs and lamps and every little thing takes a long time to think through. So you all like the interior better than the outside? It's kind of funny because I think when I was building it, I was thinking, oh, you know, the interior is gonna like outshine the outside, which is kind of sad because I spent a lot of time on the outside. I guess I spent about the same amount of time on the interior as I did the outside. Builder's Refuge is a server for creative builders. It's on Java, and it's where a lot of creative builders go to build. So people who do stuff like this, you know, just really massive creative builds will go there. But I was working on some of these things on there during the process, and I would invite people to come help me build some paintings. And it's kind of funny too, because I invited them to help me. Thank you all for helping me. But I invited you to help me, but I didn't spoil anything. I just spoiled the inside pretty much. And I said, I just need a lot of pictures for this build I'm working on, and then they come help. And they didn't get to see it until it was all put together, so it's pretty fun. I seriously wonder how much time that saved me recruiting you guys to help me do the paintings, because I feel like they would have taken me at least an additional 20 hours or more probably if I did it myself. I don't know, that's just a wild guess. I do too. I like the outside more. But I'm glad I did experiment with the inside because I don't typically do that. Oh, I keep forgetting. We gotta look at it with shaders. You can't leave the live stream without looking at it with shaders. Which one is enabled? Okay, that's the right one. Let's turn this on. Oh, but this is the one that doesn't have the custom lights on the outside. So I don't know if you'll be able to see a difference. Actually, you will if I make it nighttime. Let me make it nighttime. I don't think I put... Yeah, I didn't put custom lights on this, so this is how it would normally look with just the normal lighting. Also, these windows are not filled in with lights. These are the windows where you can look inside and see the rooms. Oh, we should look on the inside with shaders. I tried as much to make the lights casting from the light source, although this one looks a bit funny. But yeah, some of these, it's like I placed custom lights in some of these places to make the lights shine in different places more. Okay, we'll look at the outside in a second. Now I'm on the inside, so we'll do this first. Like these, for example, I did put lights down here, make it cast like that. I think I put a custom light on that moon. I can't tell. It looks like I did. Oh, I think I have something enabled. 1 second. If you didn't know, if you have the complementary shaders, there is a setting where you can turn lime blocks into a green screen. Here. So I had that enabled, now I'm turning it off. Okay, that fixed those. It's a fun feature. And then there's lights casting down there. But yeah, all of this is lit up. All of the rooms are lit up because I filled the room with lights, like I showed before. And if you didn't see the pattern of lights on the floor, I should have done some on the ceiling too. That would have looked nice. Oh, I forgot to do a light casting down from here, but I guess it's so high off the ground that probably wouldn't be realistic. I don't know. What about this room? This room's got a little bit of light glow. What about this room? Yeah, I did some on the table. Just did it in a few little places. Unfortunately, there are some blocks like these that also glow with this shader pack, but I couldn't figure out a way to get... I can't get everything to not glow. These are all messed up still. Really frustrating. But that's just with complementary that does that. I think I tried other shaders too, but this one just looked the best for the inside. After changing the settings around a lot. It looks a bit funny up here with these glowing blocks, but it's all right. And the beds look a bit funny too, but again, it's all right. Oh, I should have put like an old lamp up here. Ooh, look at the moon in the background. That's cool. Anyway, let's go to the outside. Okay, so this version, these were the only windows that didn't connect to the inside. And they're still filled in, but the rest of them are not. So yeah, this version was purely for looking from the inside out. But for all of the outside shots, I used this one. Because I did custom lights on the outside, I had more glow, and all of the windows glow as well. And I think there's custom lights up in there. Where's that light? I got rid of it. Here you can see the custom lights I placed. I think most of these, well, some of these I did with brushes, and then some of them I hand placed depending on what it was. They're not that hard to hand place, you just kind of, because I didn't want them out here, I just wanted them inside there to add some extra light for shaders and stuff. And like I said, I don't typically use custom lights like this, but this was the first time I really tried using it. So I just put like a bunch around the windows. And it does make a difference when you have the shaders on. It adds a little glow around all of the windows. And I have it all along here too, along this half of the building, so you can just see it lit up more. You can notice that it's down here, but I don't have it as much up here. So it does make a difference. Oh, a bit of a lag. Also, the moon, in case you're wondering, is from a resource pack. So I'm using the, what is it called? Dramatic Skies resource pack to get the really perfect looking moon in the background. Hello, Buildercraft. Oh, same for these. I did lights down here. I don't think I did any... Did I do any custom lights around the fireflies? I don't remember. It doesn't look like I did. Hello, Poodle Pirate. I just like looking at this from different angles. It looks so different. From weird angles. Looks different from down here than it does from there. And the closer you get to, it gets more skewed. It doesn't look as scary from right here. He looks kind of cute. Yes, actually. Pretty much all of the terrain is done with the boulder brush. And then I use the Archeon cube brush to make the stairs. Nothing likes to load in. It's a lot of blocks to load in. Very beautiful. What is the tallest point? I don't think it's quite full block height. It's like, I don't know if this is the tallest tree or not, but 266, that's actually not that tall at all. That was another thing that annoyed me, was the fact that it wasn't to full block height and I wanted it to be. But I still had room to spare. Looks really good from here. The giant thing I was working on in stream. I don't know which stream that would be. Oh my goodness. You know, that I think that might have been an idea that occurred to me at one point in time, where I would have the front paws of the wolf kind of resting off to the side. That would have been super cute. And I think it crossed my mind maybe one time, and then I never thought about it again. But that would have been really cute, just to put like a little paw right there and there wrapped around. Oh, that would have been why didn't I do that? That would have been so cute. I should have done that. But this is fine. This is fine as it is. Each branch on the tree is made individually. So let me just go back to my tree maker, my tree builder. Well, we don't need that on. So yeah, this is, I built 14 of the branches. So yeah, there's 14 branches in total of different shapes and sizes. And then I paste them all together to make a tree. But this is how each branch looks like individually. And I would make it. I'm not going to do a whole demonstration because, I mean, that would take too long. So. That's an interesting concept, like the dog is posing. Alright, you know what? I think I'm running out of things to talk about. So what I might do, because I still have time to stream some stuff, but I don't think I want to do it in the same video, if that makes sense. I want this stream to be saved on YouTube for anyone to go back and reference in the future. So if I do stream something else, I'll probably end this one and then start up a new one immediately after, if you want to stick around and watch it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I can find something to do, whether it be survival or creative. I do have some regular sized trees I need to work on, because I have this tree pack that I'm working on. I might work on that some. I don't know. I haven't really planned ahead. But I guess I could always just trim the stream down if I needed to. we could just continue on, and if I needed to trim it, I could do that. Would I make a house in the shape of a bat? I don't know. I've never tried building a bat. I don't know, sometimes I'll look at it and it looks so cute. And then if you look at it some ways, it looks more menacing. If you zoom in on the eye. But if you go back way here, and if you go down a little bit, then he looks a little more cute. Like a puppy dog. It's funny how just changing the angle, the viewing angle, changes your perspective of the whole thing. You look at it from above, it's because of the eyes. Now they look more angry. And then if you come down here, it looks happier. I am using a Blue Yeti microphone. Alright, I just decided something. I don't know how many of you are watching and if you are available to get onto Builder's Refuge, but I'm gonna go there real quick and maybe just kind of look at stuff on there. Maybe we should do that some other time. I'm trying to think. Thinking on the spot is very difficult for me because I didn't plan anything else past this point. I was almost going to copy this build onto Builder's Refuge and let everybody look around it, but I didn't do that because I didn't really have time to do that and figure that out, but yeah. Yeah, anyone can join. We could go on Builder's Refuge and tour some of those builds to finish off this stream. If you have like a build you wanted me to look at, because sometimes that's fun to do. If you have any type of build you'd like to show me and get my opinion on it, we could do something like that. But I think we're done touring this build. I think I've toured it enough and shown you a lot of the details and talked about them. Yeah, I'm so bad at planning. Let's do that. Let's finish off by, if anyone has any builds they would like to show me on another server, just let me know. Maybe I'll go on Builder's Refuge real quick and we can look at some builds you've got going on. I don't know when my next stream is, but I do stream every Saturday on Twitch. My Saturday streams are typically survival. And I do stream creative sometimes, but currently I don't have a creative project that I can stream. So whenever I do start one, maybe I'll stream it again. And usually that would be on a weekday. I just stream whenever I can. I am working through some tutorial videos, so I can't stream while I'm working on those because those take a while. If you really want to know how to build those trees, I have to make the video and it's going to take me a while to make it. So that's something that I've started working on and I need to continue. But yeah, if anyone has any builds they would like for me to look at, you can send me. I'm on Builder's Refuge right now. You can send me a teleport request if you have something to see. This is actually where I built a lot of these, so if you wanted to get a close look at some of the furniture, I do have some of it. Like, this is all I have on here, but... And then we have some paintings as well. Does the fox not have a sign? I'm so sad the fox doesn't have a story. I'm in Central Time, so if you're on the opposite side of the US, then probably yes, it would be your Sunday. Or maybe not, because Saturdays I stream earlier in the day. I only stream this time that I'm streaming now on weekdays. Alright, we got a build to look at. Ooh! Wait, is it that one? Oh yes, it is this one. A one view build. Okay, so we're not allowed to fly around it. That's a really nice face though, I like it. Make sure I have world chat on. Okay, I do. Yeah, if you're in Australia, you might be able to still watch my Saturday streams. I don't know, it might be early Sunday morning for you. I really don't know time zone wise there. I can fly around, but okay, you did add some three dimensions to it. I can tell the hat is a bit of a struggle getting around some of the hair. Like this part here looks kind of lumpy. And I know you, and I'm not going to be nitpicky about smoothing because you said it was supposed to be viewed from one side, so. Yeah, how else would you make that motion of the cheeks being sucked in like that? It's very hard to portray that with blocks, but you just have a cut in the side. That's interesting. Shaders like this. Nice. Are you going to continue working on it, or is this still a work in progress? Ah. Yeah, I really need to do more large human organics. I don't typically, usually when I'm doing a human organic, it's a full body one, and you can't get that much detail, this much detail in the face. Come here. Where is here? Ooh. Yeah, it's very good so far. How did you do the eyes? Let's go look at the eyes. So the eyes are, yeah, this is what you call a 2D build. Like it does look, has a pretty good profile, but like the eyes, for example, like right here. Well, I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, it's typically meant to be looked at from one angle. And even has eyelashes. That's the nice thing about these larger scale faces, is that you can do eyelashes and little details like that. Although, is this eyelash carving into the tear duct? Is that supposed to be the tear duct, or is that just the coloring? Maybe it's just the coloring, because this side has this. I don't know, I'm just being picky. Hey, turtle. Alright, I'm going to go back to the plot worlds and just explore for a bit, and if somebody else has something. There was actually a really good build on here. Oh, I already got a teleport request. Oh, to teleport to me. Well, I'm just in the lobby. In the hub. I did see this build the other day, and I'm glad that I actually can show it off somewhere. So, I don't know who built this, I forget. You can always look at the plot info and see. But it's fun to sometimes go in here and just see what other people are building. So this was built by this user. whom I've never heard of, but yeah, there's some cool stuff in this build. This whole ship that's being taken out by a kraken. He's got angry eyes. Wait, is there some kind of interior here? Maybe not. He does have angry eyes. And then the tentacles are weaving into the building. And the ship has this like, it's like the leaves and stuff are taking over, which is really cool. Yeah, tour is done, so now I'm touring other people's builds. I'm just going around on the plot worlds. Yep, on BR. If anyone has any plots they want to show me, any builds. Otherwise, I'm just going to go around and see what people are up to. Here's someone who is starting to build an organic. Let me turn off the shaders because it'll be easier to load stuff without them. Oh no, this house is on fire. This is the smaller plot world, but I feel like it's easier to find stuff on here because everything is closer together. Although you probably won't find super big builds on here. That's a pretty nice structure. It doesn't look finished, but it's a nice start. Well, actually the plot right next to it was pretty good. Is this a dragonfly? Is this like a... Oh, interesting. Oh, I do remember seeing this. Someone showed me this castle before. I remember seeing that. Where was that, Where was that build? It was over here. I didn't look at this one. I've looked at this one before, but this one's really cool. Right next to it too. Wait, is this the same builder? It's a very similar style. I have to check. Oh, it is! Same builder. These are by the same builder, which makes sense. They have a very similar style. You know what? I have some of this loaded in, but not really entirely. It's a nice way to at least get a look at the plot worlds. I need to load more of the map in. Oh, dramatic faces. They're all smiling except for that one and that one. Creepy. That's another what you call a 2D build. It's just meant to be looked at from the front. That is a neat effect though with the light in the city. That's cool. I don't recall seeing that one. Maybe I have and I don't remember. Yeah, there are some good builders in the public plot worlds. Then you've got some plots you can't fly over. This is all new territory. Gotta load it in. Oh, these aren't as filled up as I thought they would be. Look at all these empty plots. Although some people do like building further away from the spawn point. Someone playing with Terrigen. Someone playing with noise patterns. I love how a lot of these are just experimental plots. People messing with commands and learning how stuff works. Here's a little castle. Looks nice. Does it have an interior? Oh, it does. A little bit of one. Assets. We love assets. 3 assets. Look at those beautiful trees. Oh, that's cute. I like the use of the wheat as like a golden field. Some people are very creative with their terrain. This looks really nice. And I don't exactly know how it was made. How do you make these pillars of rock like that? I mean, I can kind of guess, but still looks really neat. It's like a treasure hunt when you're flying around a plot world. You never know what you're gonna find. Oh, this is cute. Is this a cat or a bunny? I'm gonna say this has to be a cat, because look at that tail. Oh, there's a little mouse coming out of his hole. Oh, that is so cute. He used a little button for the tooth of the mouse. That's really cute. I like this. This cat just sprawling on the ground. I like the pixel art door too, or how it looks like pixel art. Okay, got another build to show. Oh, this is cute. 2020. That's a cozy scene. I really like it. Oh, and a contest. What contest was this for? Was it some kind of Christmassy contest? It looks Christmassy. Oh, it's got a whole street. That's so cute. I love the strings of lights. That's really cute. Yeah. Yeah, the more builds I do, it's harder to look at your old builds that you used to love. Or I mean, even if you still love it, but you look at it, you see so many things to fix about it, but at the same time, I don't ever change my old builds. I know some people do that, where they'll go back and update their old builds, but I'm too I'm too lazy to do that because I've got too many other new ideas. Aw, that's sweet. It looks like a comfy, it just makes me happy. A cozy scene. I actually have as my phone background is this build that I did back in 2018. It's a horrible build when I look back on it. Well, maybe not horrible. Not horrible. But it's an old one and I still have it as my phone background. Thanks for sharing that. I'm gonna go to 251 this time. Unless I can look at that mermaid I saw to the left. Can I look at this mermaid? Or is this like an incomplete build? I'll go to, let's go here. Well, I've done a little bit of exploring on this map. It would be nice to kind of load stuff in though. And then I could like look around on here. What is the city? Gotta go to this city. Oh, I forgot to go in the cup. I didn't see that message. Wait a minute. I have seen this before. I think I've streamed this before and I've looked at this before. I could be wrong though. Look at it's a whole city. You got little cars. All the cars are different and so boxy. You've got little interiors. I'm gonna try something. Let's go as far out as we can in one direction and see what we can find. If anything, there's most likely gonna be a bunch of empty plots, but you never know. Got a maze. Got a half-finished boat. It's not even half finished. Got a bunch of little aliens saying hello. Look at them, they're so cute. It's a neat build. Oh. Organics in progress. I wish the chunks would load faster, but I don't think I can get them to load any faster. It's a nice castle. It's still in progress, but what's there is nice. I actually thought about doing one of my build review videos just looking around at plot worlds, but I kind of do it sometimes in live streams, so I don't know. I'd almost have to find the builds I'm going to review first before doing something like that. It would be fun to just randomly go around in public plot worlds and then just review random builds. Got some terrain. Let's go over here. Jump somewhere else. This person was playing with the boulder brush. Looks nice. Oh, there's some trees. Let's look at those trees. It's always nice to get inspiration and see how other people do their trees. Oh, that's cute, putting a little cacti on there. Yeah, it's harder and harder to find builds on these plot worlds. Ooh, this is neat. That's an interesting way of doing terrain. Well, it looks like they used Terragen first, and then you can replace just the edges with a block to outline everything, and then they're just replacing all the inside parts. That's interesting. More boulder brush, and this looks like someone used Voronoi on this to break up the boulders. Not much going on here. Let's see, what else can we find? Let's go somewhere over here. Oh, we landed on something. Ooh, flowers. Let's look at these flowers. Got lights. Got bee nests. The flowers are bigger than the trees. Unless they're flower trees. Tree flowers. I have a whole tutorial for Terragen if you look it up. It's called, it actually might have the word Terragen in it, but I do have a tutorial for it where I demonstrate it. This server IP is, what is it? www.buildersrefuge. Is it Builders Refuge? Or is it MC? It's mc.buildersrefuge.com, I think. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what it is. Not www, that's the website. mc.buildersrefuge.com should be the IP. In 1.20.4. Although you should be able to join on older versions of 1.22, but yeah, it is up to date on the latest version currently. Yeah, I'm kind of not finding anything over here. It's pretty dead. Come on, I need to find more. Most people who build on here, if they're a member, they'll have their own private worlds to build on. So if you apply to become a member on here, you get your own private worlds. So a lot of the, the people who build on here regularly are building somewhere else in a private world that you won't see their stuff on the public plot servers where I am. So it's harder to find stuff on here because of that, but there are a lot of builders who are on here and you just don't see their stuff. Oh, got another one? 1 second, I'm going around and seeing if there's anything in this general vicinity. I don't see anything. Okay, let's go over here. Loading, 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 load. Okay, I think it's loaded. This is another. How many builds do you have in progress? I can only handle maybe 1 or 2 builds in progress at a time. but that's also because I'm making content for it. And when you're trying to keep track of replay files, it's hard to do more than a few, like a couple projects at a time. Ah, okay. I'm not familiar with this instrument. I like the details that you have here. Legs and these details on the... Ah, okay. Yeah, it's a good start. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to go yet. Is this the same world or is this a different world? It looks like a different world. Because if it were the same world, it would show the loaded spaces. Oh, do I not have anything loaded in here? Oh, there we go. Now I can see stuff. Or maybe not. I thought for sure I would have stuff loaded in on this plot world. I guess not. This is the hardest one to navigate because the plots are huge. And it seems they're all claimed. Durberg's claiming all of them. Yeah, this is why I like the smaller plot worlds. They're just easier to navigate. I don't know how to find stuff in here. I could just randomly teleport and hope I come across something. But these are less common for people to build on here. Maybe because they're so spread out. I don't know why. Let's go back to plot 251. I actually didn't really notice this one when I came here last time. Got two very different styles of builds in the same plot. They look really nice. This is the kind of stuff I can't do really well. Why is this the hub thing? Why is it so small? I love how this plot world, it's got this teeny tiny hub. Oh, okay, so if this is the center, I've really been exploring on one side. I haven't really explored over here. Ooh. Some kind of dragon worm thing. Those clouds are cool though. They're using glass panes that are not connected, so it creates interesting lines. All right, let's do another random teleport. I'm just gonna teleport around until I come across something neat. Ooh. I might have seen this before. Some of these I might have seen before from exploring in the past. Oh, is it a Pokemon? I wouldn't know. Alright, let's see. Nope. Doesn't seem to be as many builds off in this direction. Oh, you know what I do have on this server? I do have my carousel on my, in my public, not my public, in my private world. But I don't think anyone will be able to come see it unless they were a member. Nothing much. Nothing much there. Wait, those are trees. More trees. I'm always drawn to the trees. I like to see how people do them. Aw, it got cut off. It looks like they pasted it in from somewhere else. Probably to use for a build. Or to share with somebody else. Who knows? Oh yeah, that's my plot over there. That's why that's all loaded in. Eee. Nasty spider. Oh yes, I have seen this before. I think I've seen lots of these before in a past live stream. I've flown in this direction. Oh, now we're back to where we started. Okay, so we just kind of made a loop. Actually, on this, I can also... There's like a setting that I turned off. This one. You can tell me where I've been on the map. There's some more trees. I actually like that floor design underneath. That's cool. Oh, that's neat. Except it looks like a spider's nest because of the cobweb. Very colorful trees. Oh, that's cute. With the outlines. Another 2D build, but that's really cute. Looks like, it looks like a drawing. Yeah, there's a lot on here that... And who knows, I could be missing some really good ones. I just won't know until I explore. I'm trying to find ones that I haven't seen before. Which I probably need to go further out if I wanted to do that, but Right, we're back here. Let's try going down to this corner. See if there's anything over here. There's a blue terrain. Yes, please. As long as it's safe. Okay, I don't know what I just flew into. A giant wall of fake bedrock. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think there's anything inside of it. You know, I might as well tell everyone now, if you're building a plot, walling it off is not going to prevent people from looking at it unless unless you deny people from access to the plot. But even then, there still might be a way around it. I mean, people are going to be able to clip through your walls. Oh, okay. We've got a whole city being built here with aqueducts and a whole village. No interiors, but that's acceptable. I'm not picky like that. Oh, a coliseum with a little parkour course on it. And I'm assuming this is going to get filled with a field of wheat. Hello, superhero puppy. I'm just exploring some worlds on the Builder's Refuge server. Some builds. Oh, can I look at your trees? I want to see your trees. I'm sorry, I'm getting so distracted. I like these, they're simple. Simple and effective. And then they're over here. Yeah, look at the little houses. They all have a plant. Every single one of them has a plant. These are plant-loving people. They love their plants. Oh, and what's in here? Nothing! So exciting. What is this? There's the builder. Oh, these are nice, these little statues. They look a bit wonky in the face, not gonna lie, but from the side, they look alright. But this looks funny to me, the face. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on my crown. There. Now I've got my crown on. I like to put it on sometimes. And I don't even know what plugin it is that you can do that with. I don't even know, but it's a thing. I should try this parkour thing, even though I'm horrible at parkour. Although this one's pretty easy, so I should be able to do it. Except when I don't. I might be good at building, but I'm horrible at this. Although this one's pretty easy. That one was easy. Oh, it can go down. Ooh, this is fun. Let's go exploring. Does this go anywhere? Oh, it's a dead end. It was fun until it was a dead end. That's a dead end too. Oh, this goes down to here. That's cool. And then that's it. That's the only cave system. Oh, did you use the river command to make this? You wonder how it looks at night? Well, I can't change the time of day, or can I? I can do P time. Night. And NV. And there you go, that's how it looks at night. I think it could benefit with even more lights in these areas. Are you using a light as a hat? You've got a glow around you. That's funny. I have done some 3D modeling, and I would like to do it more often, but I haven't done it in a long time because I tend to build more in Minecraft, and that takes up all of my free time. My problem is there's too many things I want to do, and I have to prioritize something over something else. Let's go back to here. I have done some 3D modeling, not very much, but I do enjoy it. It's just I also enjoy doing stuff in Minecraft, so wow, we've been all over on here, but there's probably still more to see. Unless somebody else has a build they would like me to see. I think I'm almost done though. I'm pretty much been... I can go for another 10 minutes. I've pretty much been exploring plot worlds for an hour. It's really easy to just spend a long time flying around here. This is why I don't do it very often, because it's very distracting and hard to stop because it's fun. Where is the, there's no builds in this area. See? It's loading. I could always go to... Oh, here's a little one. Did you ever see... Do I have it here? I might have my... You ever seen my droid with a mustache? Kind of random, but I have this droid with a mustache in my Star Wars thing here. This was where I was building Ahsoka originally, that Ahsoka build. And so here's like all the stages of her. And then like I have that one. Oh, it's not loaded. Oh my goodness, what happened? It broke. It's very broken apparently. Just ignore that. Oh my goodness, the whole thing is messed up. Never mind. Ahsoka, what happened to you? I have a copy of it in my other world, so it's not a big deal. But that's funny. It got messed up. Like, what in the world happened? It's like someone just sliced her. Like the chunks got all messed up. Anyway, I made this entire droid just so I could tear it up in pieces and put it on the ground. I didn't texture it or anything, but this one I added a mustache to, and I thought he was just too funny. It just makes me think of playing Lego Star Wars, and you could put those disguises on your characters. That's kind of where the inspiration came from. She's glitched. This Ahsoka is simply glitched. That's okay. Is this the final build? Is this one fixed? See, there's the droid. Where he should be. Anyway, yeah. I built her here, but then I moved her to my other actual world later on. And the silly villages that pop up. Alright, where are we going now? 7 more minutes. Let's go back to 75. I do not play modded unless you count creative mode being modded, because that's the only mods I use are for creative building. If that counts, but that doesn't, I know that's not what you mean, but I don't play modded survival. Not really. I'll play modified survival with like data packs and stuff, but I still like the vanilla experience for the most part. Let's see, where should we go next? Where have we not explored? We haven't gotten in the center of this dark area. Oh wait, I have been here before and I have seen this before. Let's see, let's go. No, this is not my server. This is a public server, Builder's Refuge. Oh. I've seen this before too. Did someone show me this build? Someone showed me this build. I forget who. Whose build was this again? Maybe you're watching and I wouldn't even know it. Wordle. That's Wordle's. Okay. I thought I've seen it before. I don't know if you're watching Wordle, but I know I've saw that build before. This is cool. Ooh, pink. Very pink. Aw, it's sad when you see something, but then it loads into something else. Underwater scene. Cute. Oh, whoa, what is this? Why does the tree look like it has the pattern of a snake? Imagine if you did make a snake tree. I was seeing if it had some kind of head. I almost expect it to like have a snake head poking out the top. Offset who built what? What, this one? Which one are you talking about? Not this one, but no. I don't know the builder who made that. It's this person here. I think this was an attempt at a frog. It was a fair attempt, I will say that. Fair attempt. Oh, I like the little streets on this. Like how rugged they look. They even used, wow, they even used coral fans just to make it look more grungy and run over. That's cool. And banners for traffic lights. This is 1.20.4. Let's go over here. Oh, we're almost to 3 hours. No, this is on Builder's Refuge. I could go to the bakery if someone had something to show me on there. Right now I'm just exploring other people's plots, but if you are just coming, it's actually been a long time since I looked at what we were originally looking at. So I think if I were to close off the stream, I should probably go back to my actual build that I was looking at. I'm not going to tour the whole thing, but that was the whole purpose of this video. This stream was to tour my build here that's taking forever to load in. So if you want to see the full tour, you'll have to go back in the stream because I'm not going to do that again. But I toured all of my this build, talked about it, looked at the inside and everything. I think I covered everything there is to cover. Maybe some other time I can go in the bakery. I don't know if I want to spend another hour flying around on there looking at stuff. Although I would love to do it sometime. It's just, I think this is a decent stream, so yeah, if you would like to see more about this build, this is the build I just did a time-lapse on, if you haven't seen the time-lapse. But if you have seen the time-lapse, I didn't show very much of the details in that video. Hence, this live stream. You can go back and look at all the details in this live stream forever. I don't have a download of it. I don't know if I will do one in the future. Maybe, maybe not. But right now there is no download, so. Oh dear, maybe it, if the stream says it's only been going for an hour 30 minutes, that makes me question if it restarted at one point. Because sometimes it will do that. I will have to check that. This took me over 150 hours. That's just an estimate. It's hard to estimate it when I don't really keep track of all the hours spent on it, but I know I spent at least that long on it. Because it has a full interior as well. So it can be split up basically as 50 hours for the exterior, 50 plus hours for the interior, and then around 50 hours for everything else, including terrain, trees, and like all these little details on the outside. Although I feel like the outside might be skewed a bit. It might not have taken me 50 hours to do the outside, but then a lot of that was just practicing with trees and stuff. So the outside was actually the shortest part. I would not attempt this in survival. Just don't even attempt it. It's not worth it. No, this is more my speed for survival. This was a castle. This is the Evermore castle. I built this in survival, and this took me a few months to make in survival. Designing it in survival and doing a full interior. So don't go crazy with these mega builds. Just stick with survival side stuff for survival. I would not go crazy with the mega builds in there. But that's a survival build compared to like these creative builds. So I can't not imagine how long it would take to do something like this in survival. Yep, that castle was designed and built in survival. I did not do creative with it at all. I moved it to my creative world, but I built it in survival. But here's the thing too. At least for someone like me, I would never build this in survival because I already spent so long building it in creative. So if I spend all that time building it in creative just for me to go in survival and having to build it again and it taking 10 times as long, there's just no point in that for me. Maybe I can see how someone else might want to build it because they didn't have to go through all the effort of designing it and building it originally. It's very different. It's very different when you have to build something twice versus just having to do it the one time in survival. That's typically why I would never do these sorts of things in survival. I haven't played on Evermore in a few months, and that's only because I've been streaming on my Patreon SMP. It's only because now I'm playing on 2 SMPs, so I just haven't had a chance to play on Evermore lately. It's still around, I just haven't had a chance to play on there. I would like to someday, but it's very hard to, right now, my mindset is more, there's more for me to do on the Patreon server, so I'm just focused on that right now. But I'll get back into Evermore someday, maybe. I don't want to abandon it. It's hard to balance everything. My favorite part of this wolf build is the eyes. They just add so much personality and they look really cute. Here it is with night vision. With night vision, without night vision, it looks better with the night vision on, if I'm being honest. You can see a lot more. And if you zoom way in, here's how he looks. Really cute. He looks angry when you look at him from above, and kinda happy, and just cute when you look at him from down here. Partially because the windows are cutting into the eye there, so it just makes him look like he's blushing or something. I don't know. I don't, you know, I don't know the command for that. There has to be one, but I don't know what it is. I'm reading both the Twitch and YouTube chats right now, so if you hear me respond to something you're not seeing. I have both chats pulled up. They're both coming in one big stream for me. You can go watch my time-lapse video if you haven't seen it, where I talk about this build. I go through all of that. This stream was just to give you a closer up look at it and more detailed view of it. Yeah, we'll have to do, maybe next time I do some touring of plot worlds, I can do it on the bakery. But this time I did it on Builder's Refuge. Oh, and then I added this black border purely for, I guess, separation from the grass, just to kind of finish it off in some weird way. It probably wasn't necessary, but yeah, I liked it. And there's the view of the whole build. Oh, and if I set the time to night, you get the moon. Oh, we got the full moon. Perfect. Oh, that is a neat thing to note. When your FOV is all the way up, it really well, actually, that's not even the FOV doing it, is it? It's the fact that I'm so far away. If I get closer with a lower FOV, though, the moon... Yeah, see, if I get closer, the moon gets smaller. And then if I get farther back, the moon just kind of stays the same size. It's funny. Beautiful. Oh, this is not even the one that's lit up on the outside, so it won't look as nice. That's okay. See, I just stare at my builds for hours. It's really easy. It's such a time waster, but that's why I build them. They're so much fun to look at. I do stream more on Twitch, so if you are currently watching from YouTube but you don't follow me on Twitch, that is where I do most of my streaming. It's very rare for me to do a public stream on YouTube nowadays. I mean, that could change in the future, but I just typically just stream on Twitch lately. So if you want to see more streams from me, go follow me on there. Or you can watch from both whenever I'm streaming to both, which isn't very often. That would be a fun experiment to have people build by the instructions you give them, although it's also hard to give clear instructions for me because I picture things in my head and I don't always know how to communicate what I'm thinking. I think that's a thing for a lot of artists though. It's really easy to see it. It's hard to describe it. Anyway, you know, I'm just sitting here babbling away with no really intention for the rest of the stream, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Unless anyone has any last minute questions about this build specifically. I'll keep this stream up for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, I'll have to do it again sometime. Maybe for anytime I do a big build like this that's too detailed. I really had to cut a lot out of the video because I didn't know how to show everything. There was just too much. So I hope you enjoyed this additional sneak peek at the build. And I wish I could have shown it to you like in person on a server, but I'm just too afraid of stuff getting stolen, so that's why I don't usually do that. But hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you some other time this week whenever I stream again. So have a good one.